أهلا.
أهلا.
اسمي جاك. اسمك إيه؟ اسمك إيش؟
اسمي نبيلة يونس.
آه. إزيك؟
منيحة، أنت كيفك؟
كويس الحمد لله. أنا أدرس عربية والأدب. أنت متخصص في إيه؟
أنا بدرس هندسة ميكانيك في الجامعة اللبنانية، الجامعة الأمريكية ببيروت، بس هلا أنا هون UNM لسمستر واحد.
ممتاز ممتاز. أنا بحب أكل لحم ودجاج. أنت بحب أكل إيه؟
أنا بحب كل شيء. بحب آكل كل شيء.
أسرتي ساكنة في ولاية أوكلاهوما. أنا أسرتك فين؟
أسرتي عايشة بالسعودية، بس أنا عايشة بلبنان لأنه بدرس بلبنان.
شكرا. So I have a couple questions.
Okay.
How is marriage different in Lebanon?
Marriage? Okay, so if the groom and the bride are from the same religion, they get married from the traditional religion, like how it works. If they're both Christians, they go to church and they do the whole marriage ceremony. If they're Muslims, they go to a sheikh and they sign papers and stuff. But if they're different religions, they don't get married in Lebanon. They usually go to Cyprus, which is right next to Lebanon, and where civil marriage is legal, because in Lebanon it's illegal. So that's how it is.
Is that one of the big differences between the two countries?
Sorry?
Is that one of the two major differences you can notice between the two nations?
Between here
And Lebanon?
and Lebanon? Well, yeah. You guys, like, it doesn't matter for the religion, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
so-
families have preferences, but yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, no, for us, like, it's even really easy to know, like, the religion of the person from their last names.
How would a last name like that work?
Like, okay, my last name is pretty neutral. Like, I can be Christian, Muslims, or another sect in Lebanon. They're called Druze. It's another religion. But, like, mine is neutral, for example. But I have a lot of friends, like, depends on the family name. You can know if they're Christian or Muslims or Druze. And you can even know from where in Lebanon they are from, like, which part of Lebanon they're from, which is creepy. But, but yeah, it's pretty different from here. Like, here everyone has neutral names. You can't know where
Yeah,
they're
you
from
don't know where they're-
unless you ask.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
So how's like education treated in Lebanon?
It's pretty important. Like, you can't get a job without education. It's really competitive. You need a degree to do anything. Okay, you can have like jobs without a degree, but it won't be very,
Good job.
yeah. Like, you won't be financially comfortable if you want. It's hard for you to make money. I was gonna say something else for the education. Yeah, so it's pretty important. And, oh yeah, we don't work as students compared to here. Okay, in high school, not at all. High school students can't have jobs. It's impossible. It's really hard. Like, I don't know if you can find someone. It's like maybe an illegal job. But like college students usually have jobs, but it's not like a
Just
career.
part-time?
Yeah, part-time, like waiters, like, or waitresses. The most they can get. They usually like work on campus in departments, like office work, like to help the department with paperwork and stuff. But like, yeah, that's the most. Or like tutoring. This is for university students, college students who need money. Like, not really money to pay tuitions, but usually for waiters, it's more for tuition paying. But the other jobs are just like pocket money. Spend allowance if you want, own allowance.
So how are families different? What are some different dynamics or some different values possibly that families hold?
I feel like we are closer to our families than here because you guys like can't wait to leave the house at 18, like after high school. We don't leave the house before we're married, guys and girls. doesn't only apply for girls. So yeah, it's pretty different. Like we grow with our family, we grow up together, we stay together like till it's time to leave now. Like, after you have commitment to marriage.
So in a marriage, would a man like? It's not necessarily through. It's not an arranged marriage. Is it more of a courting, or more of a to like you would meet your husband and then your families would talk afterwards, or?
Oh, okay. Arranged marriages are not common at all anymore. They were a long time ago. That's long time ago. Now it's pretty like Lebanon's pretty much Americanized, if you want. We go out on dates, we meet your husband or whatever.
Beforehand.
Like beforehand, you get to know them, friends, and then friendship, and then love, and then whatever, and then propose, engagement, and then marriage. But usually, the wedding happens only if the parents are okay with it.
Immigrants.
Yeah,
So there's
like,
kind of still some.
there's kind of this thing like, okay, you have my consent to marry this person, but like it's not always the case. Depends on the parents. Like most parents now are open-minded; they don't really care. But like for society to view you better, like, it's better to like have the consent of the parents because they're gonna be organizing the whole thing, the wedding, and they're gonna be paying for it.
Yeah, it makes the entire thing
Yeah,
easier.
the whole process will make it easier for both of them. Like if both families are happy and okay with each other, like it's just better to avoid problems, family problems, if you know.
So politically, how is Lebanon different or similar to the U.S.?
Okay, politics is a pretty rough subject in
Yeah.
the Middle East right now, especially. In Lebanon, okay, I'm not sure how it goes here exactly, but in Lebanon, like our government is organized in a specific way according to religions.
Yeah.
Like the
It's a
president.
very touchy subject.
Yeah, like the president must be Maronite, it's Christian Maronite.
And is the prime minister?
The prime minister has to be
Muslim?
Muslim Sunnite, not Shia. There's a difference.
Is there more Shia or Sunni Muslims in Lebanon, or is it kind of like a mix?
Yeah, Lebanon's like one of the countries like all religions just live together and mix, which creates more problems. But like.
But it's also a richer
But it's
culture.
also it's part of our culture to like live together. It's not really common in other Arab countries. Usually they're more separated. But like we live all together. But it does create problems. But yeah, so politically that's how like the I don't know how we call it. The man who's prime minister.
The prime minister.
No.
We don't have a president?
The president has to be Christian Maronite. The prime minister has to be Muslim Sunni. The leading is something of the
Parliament.
Rais Wizara, yeah, the parliament, yeah. The head of the parliament has to be Muslim Shiite, and like you know what I mean? Like it's pretty,
Yeah, it's very specific,
very specific
very
and very different from here.
Culturally
Like
and religiously.
yeah, it's
based,
very
yeah.
like it's been like that since like the French colonized us.
Does Lebanon have a lot of cultural ties?
After the Civil War.
Okay, after the Civil War. Okay.
It's fine. Does Lebanon have a lot of cultural ties with France in the West, more so than other nations? And you think it's kind of sort of an influence why the two are a little more similar? That's fine. So does Lebanon have like a lot of cultural ties with France
Yeah.
and the West and the United States? Is that kind of why they're a little more
Okay.
integrated?
Most of our education, like high school, is French-based. We do most of the things in French, math, sciences, everything we do. It's not always the case, but most of it. Like we consider French our second language in the country. Most people speak both, not all, like Arabic and French. Because we've been colonized by the French. But we have a lot of similarities, especially now these days. Like it's become Americanized. Like I said, like we dress differently. We don't dress traditionally anymore. Like we dress like or jeans and stuff. stuff. And yeah, and like the food, just like American diners, American brands for clothes.
Popular in Lebanon?
Yeah, European stuff. Brands. Like we have a mix of everything. We take from everywhere from the world.
Right, well, thank you.
You're welcome. I hope.
Ma salama.
Oh,